Howie Roseman here on the Mercedes-Benz Vans phone line from the Philadelphia Eagles here on the Rich Eisen Show. How you doing, Howie?
How we doing, Rich? What's going on?
I think you made Gio very happy.
For our fans.
I think
for our fans.
I think you made Gio very happy, right?
Well, I did. I did tell Gio. I said I appreciate everything, but he came up to me and he had a jersey on of one of our former players, and I'm like, can I buy you a new jersey at least, dude? Can I get you a current jersey? So I'm hoping that now I can get him a new jersey that he can rock.
Maybe so.
Get back to rocking someone who plays for the Eagles on Sunday.
Maybe that will be more helpful to the whole cause, no doubt about that. Let me just jump in and start with A.J. Brown with you, because we had Mike Vrabel on this program just 2-3 weeks ago and asked him about any rumors about A.J. Brown, and he's like, as long as I'm a coach, he's going to be here, and he's still a coach, and now he's playing for your team. When did he show up on your radar screen, Howie?
Well, it's hard not to be aware of A.J. Brown and what kind of player he is and the difference that he makes. You just watch him in the playoffs. You watch him every game really since he's played in the National Football League, and the guy's a difference maker. And I just think, it was something that had to work for both sides and for where we were and where Tennessee is. I'm appreciative of J-Rob and Coach Vrabel, and I think it was a win-win situation where they were able to get picks, cost control picks, and we're in a situation with a young quarterback on a rookie deal that we were able to kind of take a swing here at a great player. So
did that happen day before draft, weeks before? Like, can you walk me through the timeline?
I think as you get closer to the draft, conversations get more serious because of the deadline of the draft, and especially when you're talking about first-round picks and being able to use them that year and improve your team as opposed to going forward. And so it came together pretty quickly in the 24 hours before the draft, and then we had a balance kind of being on the clock with our other pick and being aware that at the 18th pick, if we weren't finished with our deal, obviously that wouldn't work for us or the Titans, and so trying to finish a deal with AJ's representatives, Tori Dandy, who's unbelievable, and long-time relationship with him and Jimmy Sexton and those guys at CAA, and so that's what we were doing, and we made the trade for Jordan, and then got back on the phone and closed the deal with AJ, and then we're on the clock at 18, able to announce it to really even people in the building for the first time, because there's so much going on, and you didn't want to have this tease, hey, we may get AJ Brown, and so we really when we were on the clock was the first time I think that we were able even to exhale and tell everyone here. So it was kind of cool.
Well, I think it's also kind of cool in terms of from someone in my position observing this, where the conversation you hear about what's potentially going on with Debo in San Francisco, DK Metcalf in Seattle, and A.J. Brown, formerly of Tennessee, 3 years in the league, wanting to get paid similar to, say, what Devontae Adams or Tyreek Hill, who have more time in the league, would be paid. And Tennessee, despite knowing the player and the coach loving the player, decides we prefer to trade and then draft on the spot his replacement, who's his exact comp, according to my guy Daniel Jeremiah. And you're
my guy DJ. Yeah. He's our guy.
He's our guy, right? Our guy. And so, but you're like, you know what? We'll trade a first round selection for him and pay him. Why did do you feel comfortable about doing something like that, Howie?
Well, because it's the known factor. Like, we know who A.J. Brown is. We know who he is in the National Football League. And no matter how confident you are about players in the draft, there's still the unknown factor. You're changing schemes. You're changing location. You're putting money in their pocket. And I'm not saying that to be critical of anyone in this draft. I'm just saying that's the reality of it. I mean, you look back at the history of the first round of the draft, and, 4 of 10 guys end up not playing well. And, I think it's really 2 of 10 of them. You got a 20% chance of hitting on a Pro Bowl player. And so I think because of the amount of high picks that we have coming up, we felt like this is a guy that fit for us. The situation made sense for us. Certainly not talking about anyone else, just us. It was a compliment to what we had in the building, in the room, and we felt from an offensive perspective he was almost like a missing piece there because of his skill set. And adding him in and the known quality and commodity that he is different than taking a guy, and plugging him in and saying, yeah, like this guy can be this. Well, we know who he is.
And your quarterback clearly was very happy. I mean, we saw the snippet of his FaceTime with A.J. Brown, them just like laughing about their good fortune.
They're good friends.
Yeah,
They're
they
good
know
friends.
each other. They're tight. So would you say that now that you've got him and the running game has been so clearly established by your now second-year head coach, and you got the Heisman Trophy winner in last year's draft, that things are set up to properly, in your mind, evaluate Jalen Hurts for the long haul in Philly?
Well, let's not forget some of the other guys that we got on offense, too. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we think we have a tight end that has a chance to be a great player in this
Dallas.
league as well, and we have some other young receivers that we're really high on, and our offensive line is linchpin. How about freaking Jason Kelsey's reaction? That was awesome. Someone sent that to me like 12:30. How awesome is Jason Kelsey? Did you see that, Rich?
I did. He is the best. I do love him.
Pretty freaking cool. But I think at the end of the day, you know, like Jalen's a young player with tremendous ability and tremendous work ethic, and we're going to do whatever we can to surround him and put him in a position to be successful. And you know, it's exciting. You know, we're not. You always feel like coming out of the draft that there are positions that you got to fill, and you're continuing to try to look at those guys, but. Certainly feel like we're better than we were when we left the field in Tampa. You know, certainly humbling in the playoffs.
So what happens in 2022 definitely informs what you're going to do going into next year's draft at the quarterback position, or not, Howie, would you say?
You know what, Rich? I feel like you know, in our minds, we're focused on the here and now and making sure that we do the right things. We have a lot of confidence in Jalen. We're hoping he's our quarterback for a long time. So, you know, when we look at these decisions, we're looking at them certainly not in a vacuum. But when we got the extra first-round pick, we felt like it was a smart bet to make based on trying to balance some of the assets this year and next year, and certainly feeling like we had a good sense of what will be available in this draft, and not having a great sense next year, but some of that makes it appealing, you know, not knowing exactly what's going to come out, and the unknown also gives you hope. But, you know, I think our goal is to surround Jalen and make sure he's got the best possible chance of doing what he's done wherever he's been, and that's winning.
Executive VP and General Manager of the Philadelphia Eagles, Howie Roseman, here the day after the draft weekend went down in Las Vegas, Nevada, right here on the Rich Eisen Show. The general sense that Jordan Davis is a Ravens type of player, did that cause you to go jump the line and go grab him and make sure that he was an Eagles type of player as well, Howie?
Well, so much respect for the Ravens organization, Eric DeCosta, Ozzie Newsome, obviously, and Coach Harbaugh. I think for us, it was more about how important we felt he was to our team building. And, you know, we've always been about the O-line and D-line here, and we feel like he's a unique player with unique personality in person. And, you know, I hear a lot about, well, he can get better at this, but finished in top 10 in the Heisman voting. He was the Outland Trophy winner and of the best defense in the country. And so he was a pretty productive player. I'm really excited to get Jordan, and I think at the end of the day, you know, where we were picking, we just wanted to make sure he was on our team, and I'm sure the Ravens are really excited about Kyle.
Of course.
He's a great player in his own right, but we felt it was the right thing for our football team.
To go up there and grab him and make sure
make sure we got him. Just like last year, we wanted to make sure we got Devontae. We wanted to make sure that we got him. We thought it was important.
And then, you know, what's your sense of Nakobe Dean's health? Because, my gosh, is that guy one of the quickest players I've ever seen? He's also brilliant. He's a smart player, a smart person, a good dude, and the fact that
Great dude.
Really,
Great dude.
I mean, like I love everything about him, and the fact that you got him when you got him was just shocking to me. Why did you know what is going on with him?
Well, it's funny, Rich, because a lot of times, you know, you go into the draft and based on what your doctors tell you, and you know, the teams in this league, the doctors share information. You know, they don't change information based on it, but they share information. And I would say, like, if you would have told me, you know, Thursday or, you know, before the draft, pick a player who's going to drop because of medical, I would not have picked Nakobe Dean based on the information we had. So. You know, I think when we were sitting there in the second round, it was kind of like, all right, you know, this is a linebacker who dropped a little bit, maybe because he didn't test. And, you know, obviously he played in the SEC, so he had some bumps and bruises. But when we were sitting there at 51, we were considering picking him. And our fans would probably say, maybe Gio would probably say, out of stubbornness. I'd say more from a team building perspective. If the tie goes to the O-line, the D-line, that's how it rolls. And that's how it's rolled really since I came into the league with Coach Reed, and that's kind of how I was raised in this profession. And so we took Cam, and that was a hard call. I mean, we were not unanimous in that, and at the end of the day, I just felt like keep the main thing, get the offensive lineman, and we took them. And then, you kind of go, all right, I lost that next player. And then, as I'm a little superstitious, so it wasn't like, 5 picks later we're going, maybe we get Nakobe. But when we got within around 10 or 15 picks, I just started, calling our doctors, and they were in another room and bringing them in. And are we missing anything? Because it sounds like there's something going on here. And they said, hey, nothing's changed. You draft him, we think he'll be on the field in rookie minicamp, and we're good with him. And so, man, there was a lot of juice getting to Nakobe Dean. That was fun. And I did see when you had Gio in there getting a little pub. For the love of God, Howie. I mean, but he was probably speaking for Eagles everywhere, right? I get it. I got home and I got 3 little boys, and they were like, Dad, you drafted Nakobe Dean. Like, they were fired up. Like, you want me to be honest, Rich? I'm freaking fired up to have Nakobe Dean on this team. Let's go.
You should, because he's so incredible, and he's a leader. Like, you could see, I think it was in the national championship game where he was barking at one of the players, and they just backed down right away. They're like, my bad. He's that incredible, and you don't need to wonder what he looks like behind Jordan Davis, because you've seen it. I mean, it's unreal that you got the two of them together like that, Howie. And I do like Juergens as well. We've had him on this show. And Philly fans do like their offensive linemen with a bit of flair. You mentioned Jason Kelsey already. He's got some nastiness to him as well, Howie. I like him.
There's no doubt. He's an explosive athlete, and we're fortunate to have an unbelievable offensive line coach who always maximizes those guys. And I think, and then you said it. I think our scouting staff is really, really fired up to have the opportunity to come back next year and have 2 first-round picks. And I know when they get on the road, that's something that they enjoy, and just really fortunate to be surrounded by really good people, Rich, and, get to talk to you,
I appreciate that. No, I appreciate that. You're a good man, Howard. You going to have your beef jerky with Whiz Wit or Whiz Without? How's that going to work?
I like it.
Huh?
I like it. That's awesome. Did you see he did this little video, like he was working out, like on his cattle farm with cattle, and he was doing pass sets. Did you see this?
I did not see that.
Cool.
I did not see that.
Go to PhiladelphiaEagles.com. That's PHILAD.
You're a team player, Howie. You're a team player. You're a team player atop that organization. Okay, so now what's next? What does your world look like now?
Well, Coach Sirianni was very, very nice and decided to have rookie minicamp this week, and so now we got to get settled for rookie minicamp and get these guys here. No rest for the weary, and we got a lot on our plate to get that going, and then we look at our depth chart and we kind of figure out what else we need here to get better. And then I feel like the Philadelphia Eagles, we've lost some great personnel people across the league the last couple of years. So our plate is full, Rich Eisen.
Okay.
Our plate is full. It's not. I know. Like I get some members of my family. Oh, the draft's over. You go on vacation now? Yeah. We go on vacation.
No, July.
NovaCare Complex, one NovaCare way.
That's about 40. I know. There's like 48 hours in July. You get off. That's it. Pretty much.
It's a beautiful thing, man. But you know what? We get to do this for a living. Very fortunate.
No doubt about that. Howie, congrats on your wheeling and dealing and maneuvering and being done with yet another draft. And look for my call in the future. Thanks for the time. Always appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, man. All the best.
Right back at you. That's Howie Roseman, everybody, the Philadelphia Eagles. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.